Well, hello, we are live and welcome to the Terahertz Show. I'm your host, Mojo, and so excited about this episode because I have a super amazing, beautiful guest. And I'm so excited to talk about this amazing topic we're going to talk about, a topic that so many women deal with, and men actually. And I'll kind of tell you a funny story about that. But before we get started, you guys, obviously this is the Terahertz Show. We're going to be talking all things terahertz. And I always want to start the show with a medical disclaimer. We are not making any claims. We're not asking you to go, quit seeing your doctor, physician, anything like that. But we're going to share a device, an appliance. It's a self-care device that you can actually have that it has amazing benefit when you use it. Okay. So anyway, want to get that out of the way. And I want to bring on, yes, my wife. I, I want to bring you on, Rhonda. This has been an amazing journey. Obviously you and I together for the last, 22 years, something like that. Am I right? We have an anniversary
Well,
coming up.
married 21 years on March 25th.
So, but we've been together
So
longer than that.
definitely.
We were
Yes,
together in past lives and things like that. So,
absolutely.
I'm so excited to have you on because you and I have never done this. We've never done like a show together. We've been like guests on somebody else's show, but we never had my husband's got a show that I'm going to be on. It's like we've never done that. So I'm kind of nervous a little bit, but I'm excited too at the same time.
There's a first for everything.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, so what we're going to talk about terahertz frequency. We're going to talk about your journey with the M word, which I'll let you talk about that. But for those that don't know, it's just been about a month and a half ago, I've been in
Mhm.
this whole space of figuring out how to be well myself, like to bring tools and different modalities to me so that I could become the best version of myself, so I could stay healthy, so I could turn back time and be energetic. Heck, I'm gonna be 57 years old in a few months, and to be at 57 and the energy that I have, it's like I feel like I'm doing something right. And so one of the things though is when you're married and you have somebody that you're with every single day, and maybe they're not on their best. So for example, my wife has been dealing with this thing called menopause. And for those that never have had menopause, let me tell you, it's not fun for anybody. It's not fun for the person that's going through, and it's definitely not fun for the person that's along for the ride during these crazy things. So I'll let my wife to talk about it. But so I've kind of been looking for something to help my wife over the last 2 years because she's been dealing with these menopausal things. And lo and behold, in my research, I found this amazing device and this amazing technology that is actually, I said, you know what, I got to give this thing a shot. So I bought this device and I brought it home and I said, honey, just try this because I know you don't want to do the other stuff that you'll talk about, but I know you want to do this holistically and something beautiful happens. So I'll let you tell everybody your story, and then we'll just kind of have fun with this, with the M word, I guess.
So I just turned 54 years old, and the last 3 years of my life have been a complete whirlwind. Like all of a sudden, I hit the 50 mark, and I'm like, okay, everything is great, it's awesome, da 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 da. And then all of a sudden, this hot flash, and I'm like, wait, what was that? I'm like ripping off my clothes, and I'm like, wow, that wasn't that. That's what this is. I'm like, I had no idea. And, I consider myself a pretty healthy person, and I work out and eat right. Been vegan for 8, 9 years now. And, it's these hot flashes came on, and started seeing, my OBGYN for it and all that good stuff. And they wanted to immediately, they checked my blood levels. And like, oh yeah, you're in full blown menopause. You don't have this, this, and this. And I'm like, well, there's got to be a natural way, because the first thing they wanted to do is put me on HRT, which is this, hormone replacement therapy. And I'm like, I am not putting any of this synthetic stuff into my body. And I just started doing the research. And the one thing that I could go back to is knowing is that my mother has been on this for 20 years and she still has hot flashes in her 70s. So I'm like, if it didn't work for my mom, it's not going to work for me. And I'm not going to do it. And I started doing more research and getting into all these different Facebook groups of women that are suffering from this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going crazy. Like literally, reading story after story. And I'm like, this for sure for me, I'm like, I'm going the natural way. There's no way that I'm going to go be put on this other stuff. And, tried a few different things, plant-based estrogen, that I bought to help me sleep at night because I was getting up 3 or 4 or 5 times a night. And then a very high end CBD, which I still take, which I totally believe in, but it didn't get rid of everything. It helped minimize it. And then all of a sudden, one day, my husband came out of meditation and da da da, da there's frequency, and introduced it to me. And on day 6 of using this beautiful terahertz frequency, my life completely changed. I like had this. Complete like awakening, I felt like, but it was like a new, like a rebirth of my body. And here's why. I was as a young child, I was never able to sweat. Like my sweat glands didn't work, and I know had a lot to do with my lymphatic system. And I would get overheated and end up fainting on the softball field because I was too hot. And just never could sweat. I actually even lost a reality show because of it, because I couldn't sweat, which is a whole other story. But it was, it was just proof that it didn't work. So I was working out at Orange Theory in Nashville, Tennessee, and on day 6, I started sweating, and I had only been using the wand for 6 days. And I just started crying because I felt like this release that it was working. And I was like, what is this? I had sweat running down my face, down my chest, my back. I was just like, this is amazing. I'm like, I'm going to be able to lose weight now because, for the last 3 years, it's been very difficult for me to even lose weight, although I'm working my butt off in the gym and all that. So I'm like, okay, I believe in it. I'm like, that's it. I want to learn more about it. And that's what we did, is we just kind of dove right into it, learned a little bit more that night. No more hot flashes. Like, literally, I've had one hot flash in 5 weeks, and it's because I didn't have my wand for 4 days while I was in Malaysia. And all of a sudden, it was a little tiny one. And I was like, oh, this is what it felt like. But I wasn't ripping my clothes off. It was just like, oh, I could feel a little bit coming on. And of course, it was 90 degrees too there while we were there. But I'm just so grateful that you found this. The company found us. The universe found us, and found me, because I know that's the only thing that changed. So I'm not saying by all means I'm cured of menopause or that it's because of this. All I can say is that that's the one thing that changed in my life 5 weeks ago. And now I'm just every day working on my body, self-care with my meridians and just taking care of myself. And it's just amazing. So I'm going out there and I'm telling the world, especially when it comes to women. I know that this helps everybody with all different things, but for me, this was that one defining moment that changed my life, knowing that this is the only thing that I had introduced that was brand new.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to watch, this whole transition, because now you're sleeping, and now that
I'm
you're
like sleeping,
sleeping,
like, you had to wake me up.
and I'm sleeping, so because you're sleeping, I'm sleeping, and it's weird because like I've never heard of what menopause does, but to experience it with you, and I can't imagine when it's having a hot flash and you start sweating like just for no reason. And we'd be driving down the road, and we live in Nebraska, and it's dead of winter, and there's snow, it's cold, it's windy, and I just get to the point where, because I'm Filipino, and I just started heating up the car, and I'm feeling really good, and all of a sudden you roll down the window, and there's cold air coming in, and you're taking off all your clothes, and you're just like, oh gosh, I just can't. Like it's been a very like traumatic, 3 years, 2.5+ years we've been dealing with
Mhm.
this. And the crazy thing is, since you've been doing, using this amazing device here, I'll show it right here. I got it right here. I always have one close to me. Using this wand, what it's allowed you to do is, honor yourself, and you work on yourself. You work on these meridians, like you said, and help, the glands do whatever. But I've been asking you, like, for a while. I was asking you every morning, did you wake up last night? Because I sleep really heavy. But did you wake up last night? And you're like, no, I didn't. And then the next day I asked you, you go, no, I didn't. And and it's just awesome. So I'm happy because now I can sleep in peace. I can move throughout my day wondering, if you're gonna have a hot flash, you're gonna turn into this 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 person that just wasn't happy and frustrated. You were just so frustrated with it. And I see how these women, that, get in there, 40s and 50s or whatever time it's supposed to hit, or for some people it doesn't, I've heard. How that feels. And it's like, then you think, oh my God, I'm getting old. And like your mom's been dealing it with for so long. And it's like, and you figured out a way. We found a way for right now. Again, we're not claiming that we're curing anything, that we've treated anything, but we have discovered a little tiny device that works with your body and allows your body to naturally do what it needs to do. So, for all those women that are out there right now that are like, let's just say frustrated. That's probably the best word. It's just frustrating when you can't sleep and you're washing 20 sets of clothes a week. Is it what would you tell people? Like, can you kind of walk us through like what your protocol is like? So what are you doing? Like, have you changed your diet at all too? Are you drinking more water, or what are you doing?
Yeah. So this amazing little wand, literally, and I have a heart on it because it's so close to my heart, but it is, I'm wanding my water. So I have a glass container and I fill it with water, and I wand it for 1 minute for every 12 ounces. So a couple of minutes. We also have a big, 3-gallon one that way, because my husband and I drink so much water all day long. Drinking 2 glasses of water and room temperature before I wand. And then I take this beautiful wand, and then it's just a minute on each of my meridians, which is where you're like, if you ever had acupuncture, or you've got, all of your nerve endings are in your hands, your feet, your knees, your thyroid, and up and down your spine and your groin. And you're just waking up the stem cells in your spine, from what I'm understanding. And it works. And I'm spending maybe 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening, usually like after my shower or my bath, right when I get into bed. But the water is very, very key, because water is life, and you're flushing out all those toxins. And that's what this terahertz frequency is doing, is it's removing all those bad cells and toxins. And so you go through a detox phase, but it's been a beautiful experience. I know I lost a couple of inches that first couple of weeks as well, because I was detoxing and going through that. But now that I'm able to sweat and work out, I know that I'm feeling better, and I have more energy. Like usually this time of the day, in the middle of the afternoon, I'm like, is it nap time? No, right now it's like, let's go. I'm ready to go share this wand with as many people as possible.
Yeah, and I love the fact that, I've seen you like this, and it's been a while since you've been like, I don't want to say you've not been off your game, but it's been a while since you've been like the
Off the
best
chain.
version of yourself, right? And I think that's how we all want to be. We all want to show up, we want to wake up in the morning feeling good. We want to move through our day feeling good. We definitely want to sleep good. And that's one thing that I noticed, because today, young lady, guess who slept until 9 o'clock this morning? Not to mention any names. Yeah, nine
Yeah, he
o'clock
comes
this morning.
right in to my face and he's like, "Hello." He's like, "It's 9 o'clock." I'm like, "What?" So that's when, you go to bed at 11 o'clock at night, and I sleep until 9, and I didn't get up once. Not once, with no hot flashes, not once to go pee, nothing. And before, it would be 4 or 5 times a night. And even with the amount of water that I'm drinking, you would think that I would get up in the middle of the night and go at my age. And nope, just solid all the way through. And it's so beautiful, because you wake up so refreshed, and it just feels awesome.
Yeah, well, and the thing about water is, like, a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, I drink my 6 to 8 glasses of water." And you guys, I'm telling you, what I know about wellness, I've been in the wellness space for, like deep for like the last 35, 36 years of my life. And water's life. And so, people, you got to be drinking a lot of water. The great thing is, Ron, I want you to talk about obviously what you're doing with your water too, a little bit more in depth, right? So, but the great thing is, when you're drinking a lot of water, especially water that's been, we call it wanded, that water becomes structured water, and that water actually helps your body hydrate. It helps it flush out toxins, detoxing, old cells, anything that doesn't need to be there. It just kind of flushes it out of you through your sweat, through your pee or your poop. And the good thing
You said
about that
poop.
is,
You said
yeah,
poop.
well, I mean, it's my show. It's my show. I
I
could say,
know.
I could say poo poo too if I wanted to,
You
or
can.
pee
You
pee.
totally can. I mean, we're here to have fun, right? And
Yeah,
it's
but
and it's real life. I mean, everybody poops.
yeah, we got, and some of the best conversations you and I've had have been around poop. So anyway, especially with our grandkids. But anyway, it's a whole new story. We won't, we want to go there. But the great thing is, you guys, one of the things as you start to, for those that say, hey, I want more information about this terahertz frequency and this device and how it works, is you're going to find yourself drinking a lot of water, and your body is craving water. And what happens is, now you're sleeping through the night, and you and I drink a lot of water. There was a time there, like, we were going to the bathroom a lot, and our body was getting used to it. Now that we've been drinking a lot of water, now, you're not going to the bathroom as much. Your body's come used to it. It's using all of this, all of the, what it needs to do, and you just get used to it. So just like you're getting used now to having energy again, and you're getting used to,
Mhm.
not having these hot flashes. And if you get one, like we had one in Malaysia, it's just,
It was nothing
you're able to
compared to
cope.
what I had
Yeah.
before. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, 4 or 5 times a night. I remember, like, you would get up and it was like I was wondering, "Oh my gosh, she just stepped in the ring with a UFC fighter," because she was like, pulling these things off, and you're all mad and you're throwing your thing all over. It's throwing on me, the dogs wake up and it's like, what is going on right now? So I don't wish that upon anybody, by the way.
Mm-mm.
So but I love the fact. Okay, so let's talk about your water. So in the morning, we talk about water, and you're wanting the water. What does that mean when you're doing that? When you're
Well,
wanting it?
obviously you want to use a glass because the wand does have heat and you will melt if it's plastic, and you definitely want you don't want the chemicals from the plastic anyway. So you should never really actually drink water out of plastic anything. But you're just holding the wand on the bottle, the glass of water, and it's, if you can use spring water, it would be best. And you're just holding it on there for 1 minute for every 12 ounces, and that wakes up your water and it charges your water, so that when you're drinking it, it's supercharging your body as well. Some people says it gives them lots of energy. I didn't, I mean, I feel like great energy throughout the day, but I drink this water all day long and even before I go to bed at night, and it doesn't keep me awake. But some people are more sensitive to than others. But in the very beginning, like with anything brand new that you start, you always want to start slow. So there are some people that are wanting a minute on each meridian, and that's good for the first week. Then if you have an area of your body that you really want to focus on, let's say, some inflammation, knees or something like that, then you can wand there for 15, 20, 30 minutes. But you have to drink water. If you don't drink water, you'll get dehydrated, because it's eliminating all the dead cells in your body, and you need the water to flush that out. So you will realize that if you're not drinking the water, you're not getting all the benefits of the terahertz frequency wand. Some people will just start with just drinking the wanded water first, and that's okay too, and do the wand later, because depending on their health and how it is. But I would say, you can't go wrong with your wanded water. You just got to make sure that you're doing it in your glass. You're drinking it room temperature, at least 2 glasses before, 2 glasses after each time that you wand. And I'm telling you that if you start drinking room temperature water, or even warm water, it's way easier to get it down. The other day, I actually put a couple ice cubes in my water, and I was like, I can't drink this as fast. Like, it actually, like, I could tell a difference in my mouth and in my teeth. That's like, wow, I'm definitely going back to the room temperature water. And I put through a couple strawberries in it, and it's just for a little bit of flavor, but it's amazing. Everybody's got to do what wanted water for sure, and a gallon a day. If you can do it, do it.
I love it. So what this is doing at the cellular level, for those that haven't studied terahertz, is it's the same frequency as your cells. So when you use this device and you're different, using the different meridians or your feet and the back of your neck, your head, things like that, the cells, they get charged. They go, oh wow, what is that? And they start to become activated. And the weak ones, if they can be recharged, get charged. If not, they just kind of get flushed out of your system. Okay, so we did something fun. We in all of this, as we were playing with it, when you think of cells are in every part of your body. We have 70 trillion cells. So if that's the case, we know we have cells in our skin. And one of the things I see you doing all the time, and I do it too, because I'm getting older, and I don't want to have the wrinkles and things like that. I want to do whatever I can. But instead of doing Botox, I came up with this idea of doing Blowtox, because it's like a blow dryer and you blow it on your face, and it actually helps smooth out those lines, helps those cells underneath your skin do that. And you and I sit around at night and we do Blowtox, which saves us
Mhm.
a lot of money. Um,
Yeah.
it will save people thousands of dollars over their lifetime, and it's much safer and easier for you. So you want to talk about your Blowtox sessions? Because I know all you and all your girlfriends are having parties, and you guys are doing it. So you want to talk about that?
Yeah, when you're blowing the frequency on, literally on your face, depending on which one you have. I like the Pro just because it's got a cool setting, but you're literally just going up and down slow, but you want to focus on going up because our skin actually sags as we get older. So you want to be blowing up and around, and then the fine lines on your neck and your chest, and you'll just notice, like, especially if you have like some age spots like me, then you'll just notice those lightening up a lot. And but you always want to make sure that you're well hydrated, and also you can spritz some terahertz charged water on your face before and after. So that helps because then you're putting this live water cells on, on on your face or whatever, and it just really helps. But it just feels good. You can feel it tightening up right away, and it gets rid of those fine lines and wrinkles. And I have all kinds of women that are doing it right now, and they can tell a difference and they feel great. It's awesome to do before you go out, if you want to be out or whatever, because you really can see it smooth out while you're doing it. Like, it's the weirdest thing ever. It's, you're just blowing it on there. You can just feel it. You just want to be going up. And then I also take my hands and go like this and be up while I'm blowing. And it works. And I love it. And it doesn't cost hardly as much as what it does to go to a doctor to get injected with things that everybody does.
Yeah, and that aren't the best for you. You don't want to put that continuously, some people go every 3 months or whatever it is like that. Your body just doesn't want that. If you can do it naturally and holistically and functionally, then why not do it? And what I love about this device, it's a self-care device. It's an appliance, and you use it, and the benefits, if you're thinking cells, new cells anywhere in our body, we actually can use it on your food. You can use it on your water. There's so many applications for it. And I believe there'll be a day that, we're kind of in the front of this terahertz conversation, but I truly believe in my heart that there'll be a day where every home in the world, especially United States and Canada, all over, will have a terahertz device of something. Like, I don't know what it will be. It could be a terahertz light. It could be, a terahertz, notebook. I don't know, a pen, who knows? But I believe that, we're at the front of everything to bring this technology to the world. It's safe. You can use it on kids. You can use it on babies. You can use it on, the elderly. It's just a beautiful device that your body goes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And when it gets this frequency, it says, you know what, I'm going to start working on these areas. And you never know. You never know what areas that your body needs to work on, but it just intuitively knows to do that. So, Rhonda, I want to thank you, honey. I'm trying to be professional here. I want to thank you, Mrs. Rhonda Lucero, for being my guest today on the Terahertz Show. But any parting words you want to say? And for anybody that's watching this, any recommendation, any call to action you'd like to share? Because I know this is something you're extremely passionate about. And in the last month, I know you have a lot of people that have reached out to you and say, hey, I need some help.
Yeah. Well, if you're coming across this video, just by chance, just know it's not by chance. Like, literally, this has changed my life. And I know that everybody who's watching this video knows a woman in her 50s, 60s, 70s that is dealing with some type of hormonal change that deserves this device. And you can buy it as a gift. You can send them, or, whatever. Just let them make that decision, but send them the information or send them this video, because if it can change their life, I mean, you're going to be a happier person, right? So I would just say, any man that's watching this that has a wife or a mother or a sister or a daughter that's dealing with it, buy it for them. They're going to thank you for it. Just make sure that they know how to use it, and send them some videos on that, and make sure that they're drinking the water. And then anybody that that has any ailments at all in their body that needs an up leveling of their health, because it's working at the cellular level, especially when you're going up and down your spine. They need it. Anybody that has a pet that has issues, they need it too. This is safe for man, woman, children, pets. I have people that are using it on their horses, their race horses. I've seen people that have had different injuries from different medications that they've taken, that their doctor prescribed, because, if you go look that up, you'll see that, that there are more injuries from that than anything else. I just know that everybody needs one of these in their house, because it'll be that one tool that you will pick up when there is something wrong, whether it's a headache, migraine headaches, pain, sore ankles, sore back, you know, from working out, or sprained ankle, or you name it. It can help with everything because it's working at the cellular level and it's a frequency. This is, you know, this was approved by our government, the United States government, in I believe 2004. But who,
Yep.
we haven't even heard of it yet, right? So I know a lot of this information is suppressed, but this is natural, and I think everybody needs one and should get one. So get back with the person who invited you to this video and let them know that yet you want to try it, or hit us up, let us know, we can totally help you, or whatever it is. Just get your hands on one, but make sure. Last thing, make sure that it's coming from Price International, because that's the company that has the patent. There are all kinds of knockoffs and fakes out there that are not going to help you. So make sure that you're getting the patented one.
I love it. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate it. And what a great call, you guys. We talked about menopause. We talked about, how a relationship, how a couple can stay together despite the M word. People don't even know how difficult it was. But the good thing is I have patience. I've been, the good Lord's been teaching me patience. So you guys have a great day. And I got to tell you this before we sign off, healing can be fun. It doesn't have to be something that's like, oh my God, you don't have to pop gazillions of pills. You don't have to have, extended visits to the doctor. You guys, your body knows what to do. And this device is one of those devices, just like a massage is, just like a magnetic bed is, just like, drinking good water is. This is just another device to help you and help your body do intuitively what it wants to do. It wants to get well. And we're sharing this with you because I believe my calling has been to help humanity get well. I've been a guinea pig my whole life, trying this and trying that, lotions and potions and gadgets. You guys, this right here, in my 35 years, I'm just so honored to bring it to the world. And so if this resonates with your heart, guys, reach out to the person that's sharing this video with you. And until then, have a beautiful day, and healing can be fun. Thanks for watching the Terahertz Show, and like and subscribe. There's more coming. Thank you, Rhonda. You are an amazing guest. I will give you a hug in a little bit. Talk to you guys soon. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.